Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my TED Talk. Today, we'll be discussing how has the representation of Sherlock Holmes changed over time to appeal to a contemporary audience. A character such as Sherlock Holmes is timeless. We see this in his forever changing identity. It's throughout time that Sherlock Holmes has evolved to meet the standards of a contemporary society, thus making Sherlock Holmes a fluid text. Sherlock Holmes has adapted over the years to reflect the society's values and concerns. This can be seen in Arthur Conan Doyle's A Study in Scarlet and Moffat's A Study in Pink. In contemporary texts, Sherlock Holmes precisely analyses logical situations to solve crimes. They are the same thing, however, the way in which it is used is different, due to contemporary society's reliance on technology. We see this in A Study in Pink. Sherlock Holmes is introduced by analysing Dr. Watson. This is shown here.
When I met you for the first time yesterday, I said Afghanistan or Iraq. You looked surprised.
How did you know?
I didn't know, I saw. You had got the way you held yourselves as military. In your conversations, you entered the room.
From my day?
So trained and guard, so army doctor, obvious. Your face is tan. You're no tan about the wrists. You've been abroad, but not sunbathing. Your lips really badly worn. You don't ask for a chair and you stand like you've forgotten about it. So it's at least partly psychosomatic. It says the original circumstances of the injury were traumatic. Wounded in action, then wounded in action, sometime Afghanistan.
Women in the 1800s had limited rights. Women were characterised as unworthy and were completely dominated by men. This is displayed in Doyle's original Sherlock Holmes. No man burdens his mind with small matters unless he has some very good reason for doing so. Doyle's quote suggests that small matters are referring to women. This suggests that women had limited rights and were seen as unworthy. By portraying this image of women being unequal, change was needed in order for contemporary audiences to appeal to Sherlock Holmes. This precise and logical thinking intrigues contemporary audiences as there is a need of transformation from detectives wearing cloth caps and magnifying glasses to solve crimes. Contemporary Sherlock creates an unpredictable attitude and undoubtedly makes the crime solving much more fascinating to appeal to contemporary audiences. The process of deduction is still taking place. However, contemporary Sherlock Holmes has a different perspective on women. Women are seen to be equal, even superior to the male. This is represented by Sergeant Sally Donovan, who plays an immense role in Sherlock Holmes, where all police officers must report to Sergeant Donovan before commencing any investigation. The role Sergeant Donovan plays represents women in a much more contemporary way. This is shown as Dr. Watson is leaving the crime scene in Study in Pink. Sergeant Donovan is warning Watson to stay away from Sherlock.
Try the main road.
Thanks.
You're not his friend. He doesn't have friends. So who are you?
I'm nobody. I just met him.
Okay, but bad guys then stay away from that guy.
Why?
You know why he's here? He's not paid or anything. He likes it. He gets off on it. The weirder the crime, the more he gets off. And you know what? One day just Sherlock won't be enough. One day we'll stand around the body and Sherlock Holmes will be the one that put it there.
Why would he do that?
Because he's a psychopath. Psychopaths get bored. Coming! Stay away from Sherlock Holmes.
Contemporary practices have seen immense improvements of equality through gender. Over-the-shoulder film technique is used to establish the eye line between Watson and Donovan, and see each character talking from a third-person perspective. In doing so, this establishes a conversation where the dialogue is intense and questions the audience viewpoint on what Watson will do after Donovan told him to stay away from Sherlock. Women are equal to men in the 21st century by reinventing the gender inequality of women in Sherlock Holmes, this appeals to a contemporary audience because of the gender equality there is in the 21st. Ensures that the text is contextually relevant to contemporary audiences. Moffat has used many cinematography techniques to capture the audience's attention. Moffat has used flashbacks to indicate the precise and logical analysis Sherlock used to find out information about Dr. Watson. These flashback scenes are completed scenes inserted into the flow of the storyline. These specific flashback scenes help the audience understand how contemporary Sherlock's brain works by creating unusual observations that appear extraordinary to the viewers. This scene captures the audience's attention to make the viewers start to think outside the box when it comes to crime. This appeals to contemporary audiences and allows for the viewers to have a different mindset on Sherlock, which is unquestionably makes the episode more enjoyable to watch. Continuously evolved over time to appeal to the ever-changing beliefs and values held in the 21st century epoch. The gender representation of females in high societal positions as sergeants and police officers, and the in-depth, precise, analytical crime scene searches all establish the changing values in Sherlock Holmes to suit contemporary audiences.